All right, so it appears that Tomi Lahren is getting some backlash. She's going after some people on the right. And so what's going on is Caitlyn Jenner, I guess, spoke at CPAC. Obviously, she's running against Gavin Newsom, laughably, for governor. And the recall that's coming up is a joke. Her candidacy is a joke because she's running as a Republican, and Republicans would never elect someone who's trans. And so what we can see is Tomi Lahren is actually going on the defense for Caitlyn Jenner against the trans attacks. So it says Tomi Lahren condemns, quote, despicable attacks on Caitlyn Jenner at CPAC. Conservative pundit Tomi Lahren defended Caitlyn Jenner after the California gubernatorial candidate was hit with transphobic verbal attacks at the CPAC Conservative Political Action Conference over the weekend. The attacks on Jenner are despicable. I'll go to bat for her for every single time, and if you want to take my, quote, conservative card for it, take it and shove it. Your mob is no better than the left's, and in fact, it's uglier. And so she did get a lot of responses for these tweets. It says, on Saturday, a conservative activist posted a video of himself following Jenner around at the event in Dallas, referring to the athlete turned celebrity turned politician as, quote, Bruce and, quote, a sick freak. So just completely harassing and being super transphobic. It's not even transphobic. It should be an anti-trans, I guess. But that's obvious, right? We all could see this coming, that this was going to happen. It's obvious how even now there's Republicans, like a significant portion of Republicans, who are not only like racist, but also very anti-gay. And so being anti-trans is a lot easier for them because that's an even further thing for them. So this is like super obvious to anybody who knew anything about the Republican Party, about politics, about Republicans, any of that stuff whatsoever. It says, the American dream grew up here, yet career politicians, their policies have destroyed that dream. It's been locked away, closed, shuttered, left in the dark, burned down, Jenner said as part of the announcement. Government is now involved in every part of our lives. They've taken our money, our jobs, and our freedom. California needs a disruptor, a thoughtful disruptor. It's kind of cringe. But Tomi Lahren did go on a pretty big spree defending Caitlyn Jenner. And so you could see tons of tweets from her that are defending Caitlyn Jenner. This one says, the, quote, conservatives attacking Caitlyn for her personal choices, attacked Trump for his, and declared him to be adverse to Christian values. They were the bulk of the Never Trump pearl-clutching movement that suddenly became real quiet when his policies worked. Save your BS. So, of course, Donald Trump was super not Christian, of course, cheating on his wife and stuff like that. She says, I believe in limited government, and I'm also Christian enough to know it's not up to us to judge. I was also taught that heckling and harassing others is despicable. Believe it or not, you are not the warden of conservatism or Christianity. I don't support Caitlyn Jenner because she is trans. I agree with most of her policy ideas and know she will fight for California. She is also a kind human and more conservative than half the people with R's in Congress. I don't care how she identifies. She is more than that. Freedom first. So this situation kind of looks more like she's a Trumpian conservative, and so that's going to trump any of the trans stuff, no pun intended. The fact that she's trans is outweighed by the fact that she's a Trump supporter and a Republican of that nature. And it's California. That's kind of what the situation looks like. She does have a history of transphobia, Tomi Lahren that being, although a lot of those statements don't necessarily align with not supporting Caitlyn Jenner for governor, because it was about other stuff like, trans women being in male sports and stuff like that. But it's interesting to see because she's one of the wild cards where she will do these kinds of stances where she'll turn on the right every once in a while. Obviously, it happened when it came to abortion that originally had gotten her fired from the Blaze. And then she had continued that abortion trail. She still holds that, and she fights a lot of Republicans for that. So I don't even know if she's really getting a lot. I can't tell if she's getting a lot of heat from conservatives or if it's a lot of just liberals basically making fun of her, like this one saying, that's your base, Tommy, why are you shocked? So stuff like that, I don't know, it's hard to tell. But she's pretty, it happens every once in a while where she really gets the backlash from conservatives because she'll pick a fight with them. So it's pretty interesting to see what's going on there.